Hi Sagittarius, I'm Ronique and welcome to Scorpio Soul Time. Happy 2024. I hope you all have a great 2023 holiday season. We are into a new year. Can you believe it? This has been a really big end of December. We ended with that Cancer full moon, as well as Jupiter going direct and Chiron going direct, and starting January 1st, Mercury stations direct. So really big time. This year is going to go by so quickly, just like 2023 did. Sagittarius, we also had Mercury still in you and Capricorn sign, and so it will not fully get out of its retrograde shadow until around the 21st, but that's also when we have Pluto entering the sign of Aquarius. So this is a really big month for all of us. But before I pull the cards, I want to thank each and every one of you Sages. Thank you for your likes, subscribes, and comments. Thanks for giving my videos a thumbs up. I appreciate it very much. I'm actually filming this on the Sagittarius new moon here on December 12th. So this is really good energy to look forward to. January 2024 is going to be a big one. Do check the description box below. I have highlighted all those important dates for you. Also, take a look at any type of energies that are dealing with growth and where it is that you can expand your horizons, because that Pluto in Capricorn, moving out of Capricorn, Pluto in Aquarius is going to be pivotal for most of us, okay? All right, let's go week by week. You start off with the Queen of Cups in the reverse, week 1, as well as the Death card, Scorpionic energy there, Major Arcana. Week 2, you have the Four of Cups, as well as the Six of Cups. Week 3 finds you with the Ace of Wands, as well as the Ten of Swords. Now this actually is that Pluto moving into Aquarius week. So I do want to remind you that for some, this could be some endings that are no longer serving you, especially with you all having that Death card there. Be very mindful of people, places that come into your life during the month of January. And the last week, we do have the Four of Wands and the Emperor in reverse. Really glad to see that Four of Wands. I do think that that is definitely stemming from some of this Ten of Sword energy. Let's go ahead and pull an overarching theme card for the end of 2023. I do think that that was a pivotal time for many of us, as between the full moon in Cancer, Venus enters your sign it entered on the 29th, and Jupiter stationed direct on the 30th. So let's see what energy we are working with moving out of the year. So in reverse, you have the Eight of Swords. So in the upright, the Eight of Swords usually means that you do not have any clarity, or you're not quite sure where to go. You're feeling like your hands are tied. You cannot visibly see any way out of this. With it in reverse, many of you are having a clarity moment coming into 2024. Many of you all are looking at life in a different way. You're feeling like that fog is being lifted, and I do think that much of that is due to Mercury moving direct on the 1st. And remember, Mercury in your sign and in Capricorn during retrograde was definitely a lot going on. And I do think that for many of you Sages, this is going to be a welcomed relief, especially once you get past Mercury's post shadow around the 21st of January. All right, so lastly, let's pull an overarching theme card for the month of January. Spirit, where do you want Sages to get some extra messages for the month of January? Okay, and you do have the Ace of Cups in reverse. So for many of you Sagittariuses, really pay attention to some emotional healing help, maybe kind of Think through where is it that you could use some emotional healing. Ask your spirit guides and angels for assistance. This could come in form of people, places, things. Many of you all could be coming into an opportunity that's going to be emotionally healing during the month of January. Also, your intuition could be heightened during the month of January, so keep that in mind. It may not come as quickly as you would like to, since Ace of Cups is reversed, but it doesn't mean that it's not coming. It just means you might have to be more patient, sit in meditation, connect with nature. Really nice sign to see though as your overarching theme, Sagittarius. Okay, so looking at the cards as a whole, Sagittarius, your month looks like there is this opportunity to let go of something that is no longer serving you. And I do think this has to do with someone from your past could revisit mid-month here with the 6 and 4 of Cups. Maybe they tell you some type of information you weren't expecting. There could be someone like an old boss, an old flame, an old friend that comes in mid-month. And by time you get to that Pluto in Aquarius time, by time you get to about that 3rd week of the month, there is some type of ending. There's a realization with that Ace of Wands, but there's a realization that this is no longer going anywhere. Like, it's time for this cycle to end. But by time you end January, you're really feeling a lot better than when you started off the month. And I think that a lot of that is due to this scorpionic energy as well as this Queen of Cups. So if any of you are considering leaving some type of emotional baggage behind, this definitely could have been brought up from that Cancer full moon back in December. And I also think that Venus entering your sign on the 29th could lead to you feeling better about yourself, you wanting to take more attention to yourself, like wanting to care about your looks and feeling better, maybe traveling, maybe getting out there. There's something around empowerment, leaving things behind that first week of January that really becomes really solid for you, Sagittarius. And by the time you get to that 2nd week with that 4 of Cups and 6 of Cups, I want to remind you that if there has been someone in your past that is no longer really for your good, that has come back, really take some time to consider if this is a person that you want to stay around, okay? Because by the time we get to January 11th with that new moon in Capricorn, and then Mercury enters Capricorn on the 13th, there is this possibility that some kind of conversations around loved ones, friends, colleagues, people from your past come in, and you're really just not you're not really trying to hear it. You're not really trying to have any conversations. You're really not wanting to drudge up old information, old news. There's some kind of conversation here that you're really trying to squash, like you're really not trying to have it. And I do think that by time you get to that Pluto entering Aquarius on January 20th and Mercury exiting retrograde shadow in your sign, I think you're going to be done. You're going to be ready to move on. By the time you get to this 10 of Swords, you're like, you know what? I now realize I'm done with this period of my life, and it's time for me to get a new handle on what my new goals are, what my new friends or new job. There's some kind of newness that happens around that Pluto in Capricorn, Pluto moving out of Capricorn into Aquarius. By the time you end the month, you're feeling so much better, Sag. You're feeling better, like I said, than when you came into January. By the time you move into the 23rd, we have Venus now into Capricorn, full moon in Leo on the 25th. I do think this Emperor, which is Aries energy, but it is that fire energy. I do think that full moon in Leo is going to be really helpful for you. And you're going to be moving on with either someone new, or you're going to have like a realization of a relationship that you would like to rekindle, or there's some type of new kind of platonic, like maybe it's a friend. You're just feeling really better about how you're moving forward out of the month. And then Uranus turns direct on the 27th in Taurus. And so all planets are now direct at the end of January. So this is great news for the entire collective. So Sag, I think this is going to be an interesting month for you. I do think you're starting off with kind of this scorpionic energy of what do I need to let go of, kind of in a fog from that Mercury being in your sign and in Capricorn. But I do think by the time you get to this third and fourth week, epiphany comes to you and you're like, okay, it's time to move on. But I think that overall you're entering into a great year ahead. I do think that most of you are going to be very pleased once you leave out of January and into February with a new lease on life. So I think that's wonderful. All right, Sagittarius, let me know in the comments what you're looking forward to this month. If you haven't already subscribed, I would love if you would. Talk to you later.